सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम्
Namaskaram. Good morning to all. Yeah. Is the audio is clear? Okay, we'll start. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitavrtavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayiniim Ambattvamanusantatthami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshiniim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Fullarabindayada Patranetra Ena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalido Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोफला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामपि कर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैः रणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and we have completed up to the 5th chapter, 25th verse. Yeah, 25th verse we completed in last class. Shanairuparamit buddhya dhriti grihitaya atma samstham manah kartva na kinchitapi chintayed. It's a beautiful verse. Atma samstham manah kartva na kinchitapi chintayed. The keep focused or keep the mind established in Atma alone, Bhagavan alone. Na kinchitapi chintayed means that the thought should only dwell upon only Bhagavan. So even when so the next verse will explain how to do it. We'll continue with the 26th verse. यतो यतो निश्चरति मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरं ततस्ततो नियम्यैतदात्मन्येव वशं नयेत्. यतो यतो निश्चरति मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरं ततस्ततो नियम्यैतदात्मन्येव वशं नयेत्. By whatever be the reason, okay, the restless and this unsteady mind, it wanders away. So one should restrain it and continuously concentrate it on God only. See, mind is chanchala. The mind is always moving. It is always which is moving from one object to another. All the time the mind is moving because it is asthiram. Okay, because it is asthiram, it is not fixed at one point, so it moves from place to place or object to object, from vishayas to another vishaya. It continuously moves. Then yataha yataha nischarati, when it is moving from object to object, tatastadaha, okay, niyamya. Niyamya here means you replace it, replace the Vishaya Buddhi or replace the object with Atma Bhavana. Okay, tatastata niyamya atmani eva vasham nayed. By replacing the objects of the world or replacing the Vishayas with Atma, Atmani eva vasham nayed, make it merge with Atma, right? So that is the Jiva Brahma Aikyam. So the process is like this. Wherever the mind is always moving from one object to another, say, right? One object to another all the time. If you think, whatever whatever be the thought or whatever be the whatever you are perceiving from moment to moment, whatever we see is either we are seeing something or we are hearing something, right? One or the other. The five sense organs are always out to various vishayas. We cannot shut off everything. So what we have to do is niyamya. So we have to teach that by tattva jnanam, that whatever you are seeing is not what it is, but it is Atma only, right? By seeing something does not mean that it is there, but it is the consciousness which appears as this Shabdam. So whatever you hear, whatever you see is Atma. So whatever, suppose you are seeing someone, you teach your eyes, hey, eye, what you are seeing is Atma, God alone. The name and form, which is not true, the name and form is not correct. Whatever you are listening, some sound you are hearing, you teach your thing, whatever, hey, ear, whatever you are listening is Atma alone. So, like that, niyamya, tatastata niyamya. Wherever this mind, wherever you are seeing sense objects, whatever you are seeing, smelling, tasting, etc., is Atma alone. So, you do that niyamya. Niyamya means you teach them. Okay, you teach. And also the mind also. What is the mind? Mind is nothing but a few thoughts. And what are the thoughts? The thoughts are always about objects of the world only. It is always on Vishaya, is it not? And even the mind also is a Vishaya. Mind also is an object, and the content of the mind also is objects, Vishayas only. So the mind also is matter only. Mind is matter. Mind is an object because the mind continuously undergoes one emotion to another. It doesn't stay in one emotion. Whether it is sukham, after some time it is dukkham, sometimes it is jealous, sometimes it is anger, sometimes it is happy, like that. It moves from one emotion to another, and the mind also is an object to what? It is an object to Atma only. So the Atma alone appears as this mind, appears as this object. From where else this mind can come? From where this mind can emerge? The mind can emerge only from Atma alone. And the mind's contents also is Atma only. And the objects that you are seeing, tasting, smelling is also Atma alone. This is what is the 26th verse says that yato yato nischarati manas chanjalam asthiram. This mind is has got this chalana subhavam. It moves from one object to another. Always it is moving. Because of that, it is cannot stay in one place. Asthiram. Because of that reason, it cannot stay in one place. And whenever we are seeing the objects of the world, these objects are Brahman only. Atma bhavana. We have to do Atma bhavana. That is, you replace the Vishayas with Atma and control the mind by this process, and then it will reach the Atma alone, or it will realize that Aham Brahmasmi. Right? So this is the process. This is how we have to do. All objects are whatever we are perceived by the five sense organs is Brahman only. It is Atma only. Whenever we see the various names and forms, when we see there are thousands of gold ornaments, but we see only the gold in the ornaments and not the shape and name of that ornament. We see only gold. Teach the mind that everything is gold alone. Like that, whatever you are seeing, the names and forms does not mean only rupam, but it also is the sound, it also is the taste, it is the smell as well as the touch. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandham. Other than these five sense organs, the human being cannot perceive this world. So the experience with these five sense organs is Brahman alone, Atma alone, and also the mind also is Brahman only, because mind is also matter. So this mind also is moving from one emotion to another. Our thoughts are nothing but the objects that come into the mind, the content of the mind, that also is a Vishayam, that also is Brahman alone. Mind also is Brahman, and keeping this practice for some time will make the Jiva Bhavam disappear. Right? This is the process. I have told this many times, many times we have discussed this, that whatever we see is not real, right? We experience this world with our five sense organs and we think that this is the real one. Whereas another jiva which experiences this world, its world is totally different from the human world. That is why devas see differently. The Vayu, Agni, and the sun, etc. They see the world totally different from the human world. Right? Animals, they see the world differently. They experience this world differently. And each one thinks whatever they are seeing, whatever they are smelling or tasting, or with whatever sense organs they are experiencing this world is real. Whereas the reality has to be only one. That is Brahman. How do you know this? By doing a Atma Vicharam, introspection. Am I this body? Am I this mind? The mind is changing, the body is changing. Whereas that which is unchanging is Atma, which does not have any kalangam, which does not have any impurity. And Atma does not have these problems. Atma doesn't have the samsara problem. The samsara problem is all the problems of this world the jiva has. So the jiva is the one, the jiva bhavam is the one which is getting all the suffering only because of this jiva bhavam. So that jiva bhavam has to be dissolved, right? So, there is a story where Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, the doll, the salt doll, okay, the salt doll, it went to the ocean to measure the depth of the ocean. So while trying to measure the depth of the ocean, we all know what would have happened. The doll got dissolved in the ocean. So like that, this Jiva Bhava trying to find the true nature, trying to find what is this Atma, what is this Brahman, by this introspection, by Atma Vicharam, through constant, continuous Atma Vicharam, like the doll who went to find the depth of the ocean, the Jiva Bhava, the Jiva tried to find the true nature, found itself dissolved. This is Jiva Brahma Aikyam. There is only God alone is there, only Brahman is there. Whatever you are seeing, Yatunnu Kanmadadu, Narayana Pratima, whatever you are seeing is Narayana Pratima only. It is Brahman only, it is Bhagavan only. This is the process. This is what is the meditation. Okay, so we'll move to the 27th verse. प्रशांत मनसं ह्येनं योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम् उपैति शान्तरजसं ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम् प्रशांत मनसं ह्येनं योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम् उपैति शान्तरजसं ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम् प्रशांत मनसम, mind which is totally in absolute peace. Prashanta manasam. That another word is prasadam. Prasadam is another word for this mind which is in total shanti. Antashhitalata is what Yoga Vasishta says. So prashanta manasam enam yoginam. This yogi, okay, shanta rajasam. There is not even a slightest ahankaram, that is I am doing this. Shanta rajasam akalmasham, there is no karma vasana at all, right? Brahma bhutam, already the Brahma bhutam means already realized that aham brahmasmi, Brahma bhutam, already in Brahmam, aham brahmasmi. Know the Swarupam. Who knew the Swarupam? Yogi. Uttamam Sukham Upaiti Hi. Uttamam Sukham. Nirapeksha Sukham. That ultimate bliss Upaiti Hi. It becomes so natural. It becomes so natural. So, see, Shanta Rajasam here means a mind which does not have any disturbance of Rajogunam. Okay, there is absolutely no rajogunam at all, no sensory passions towards the objects which give pleasure. There is no the passion towards the objects which give pleasure. So there is no such thing. That is Shanta Rajasam. See, Rajogunam is that we need something or other, right? There is a desire. There is a little bit of desire remaining, means there is Rajogunam is still there. One who has this rajogunam, rajogunam is that only action. I have to do something or other because I am unhappy. I am unhappy. I need this. If I don't get this, I will be unhappy. So I need to obtain this object of this object, and or something which is acquired, don't want to lose it. So in either way, the mind is always dwelling upon this particular object, that is rajogunam. Dwelling on this, the person does karma, that is rajogunam. Here rasam means this mind is calm when there is no this passion, sensory passions. There is no passion to obtain this thing either through the ears or the eyes or all through the five sense organs. Does not need any of these pleasures for my happiness. That mind which does not need or does not have the passion towards this is shantarajasam, no rajogunam at all. Then akalmasham, free of impurity. Akalmasham, there is no anger, there is no any of the, there is no doubt, there is no ignorance, right? No fear. See, what is the root cause of all this? The root cause of all this anger or anything, all these emotions, this sukham, dukkham, etc., the root cause is the ahankara, the small I, the I that I am this limited person. I am this limited. I am limited by this body. I am limited by this mind. So this limitation, one finds, one thinks that I am this limited, not knowing that I am Atma. Not knowing that I am Atma. This is because of this wrong understanding of the self or wrong identification of the self, that small I is the reason for all the problems. So akalmasham means there is no notion of this I. This jiva bhava is no more there. Very clearly, he knows, this one knows that he is Atma alone. Aham Brahmasmi. Akalmasham. Such a mind is akalmasham. He is one, such an individual is akalmasham, free of impurity. So, what is the what mean? The supreme bliss, right? That comes to that yogi whose mind is ultimately calm and whose passions are pacified. There is no more rajogunam. There is no karma vasana that I have to do this or that for myself. There is no even the slightest karma vasana that I have to do this. That is not there. And who is free of all impurities and has become one with Brahman. One who has become one with Brahman, that is Brahma Bhuta. He is the Brahma Bhuta, right? And also the Taittiriya Upanishad says, we all know, Brahma Vida Apnoti Param. One who realizes Brahman is Brahman only. One who realizes Brahman is Brahman. Any individual, one who drops off the notion of I, there is no jiva bhavam, there is no karma vasana, there is no impurity, that one is Brahman only. So this is why Shankaracharya in his Manisha Panchagam, the last fifth verse, beautiful verse, Yat Saukyam Buddhilesha Lesata Ime Shakradayo Nirvritaha Yacchitte Nitaram Prashanta Kalane Labdva Munir Nirvritaha Yasmin Nitya Sugam Budhau Galitadhir Brahmaiva na Brahmavid Yah Kaschit Sa Surendra Vandida Pado Nunam Manisha Mama Yet Saukhyam Buddhi Lesha Leshata Ime. Shakradeha Nirbradaha. Shakradeha means all the Indran and etc. Indra and party, they are in an ocean of happiness by taking a little bit only of this amritam, of the bliss of this jnani or the Brahma Bhutaha or that Brahma Jnani, they are getting only a lesha taime. Even with that, yet Saukhyam Buddhi lesha taime. Right? Little bit only they are getting. But even with that, they are very happy. Shakradayo nirvrataha. They are very happy there. Even with this lesha, little drops of this amritam. Drops of this amritam means drops of this Brahma Anandam. Drops of this Brahmanandam only they are getting. Even with that, they are happy. Yat Saukhyam Buddhi Lesha Taime Shakradayo Nirvrataha Yat Chitte Nitaram Prashanta Kalane. Same word. Prashanta Manasam Hyenam. Prashanta Kalane Labdva Munir Nirvrataha. In a mind where the sankalpam of this world or the mithya world has totally no more there, right? There is no sankalpam. Such prashanta kalane chitte yel labdwa means by getting which, by realizing this truth, yel labdwa, one who has realized the satyam, realized the truth, munihi nirvrataha. Munihi, this muni, this one who is brahmajnani, nirvrataha. He is in mauna anandam. He is in total bliss. Right? Brahmanandam. Yasmin nitya sugham budhau. Sugham budhau means that sukha samudram, sukha ocean, the ocean of happiness. Yasmin nitya sugham budhau galita dhihi. Dhihi means buddhi. Galita dhihi. The buddhi has already dissolved in it. Galita dhihi. Brahmavitna. He is not called who knows Brahman. He is not a Brahmavit. Brahmavit means one who knows Brahman. Brahmaiva. He is Brahman only. One who realizes this truth is no more Brahmavit, but he is Brahman. So, Bhagavan Adi Shankara says that na Brahmavid yasmin nitya sugham budau galita dhihi Brahmaiva na Brahmavid. He is Brahman only. So here Brahma Bhutaha means Brahman. Okay. Brahmaiva na Brahmavid yah kaschit sa surendra vandida pado. That person, if someone is there like that, saha surendra vandida padaha. He is respected in all. He is respected by even Surendra, Indra, and all other devas. They give pranams to this person who does Brahmavit or Brahmam only, right? Such Surendra Vandita Padaha Nunam Manisha Mama, right? This is Manisha Panjagam. It's a beautiful verse. Here the main thing is Na Brahmavit Brahmaiva. So here Prashanta Manasam Hyenam Yoginam Sukhamuttamam Upaiti Shanta Rajasam Brahma Bhutam Akalmasham. Brahma Bhutam, because he takes the form of Brahman only. So he is Brahman only. Uttamam Sukham Upaitihi is Nirapeksha Sukham, ultimate and unending. This Sukham does not reduce. So he enjoys this Brahmanandam. Prashantamanasam Hyenam Yoginam Sukham Uttamam Upaiti Shanta Rajasam Brahma Bhutam Akalmasham. Yeah. Also, this verse explains the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Where one who drops off the notion of I. Because of that, there is no karma vasana. Karma vasana is completely subdued. So long as there is karma vasana, buddhi is separated. See, savikalpa samadhi is where the buddhi knows Brahmanandam. Buddhi enjoys Brahmanandam. Whereas in nirvikalpa samadhi, the buddhi, whether buddhi is dissolved, there is no this notion of I is not there. Whereas the other one, the buddhi knows I am in bliss. Whereas in nirvikalpaka samadhi, it is so natural that he knows whether buddhi is there, whether buddhi is not there, doesn't matter. He is in samadhi, that bliss state. It is not a trance or it is not a mystical experience state. It is naturally he knows he is Brahman. That is, this knowledge of Aham Brahmasmi is assimilated. The knowledge of Aham Brahmasmi is assimilated. God alone is there. So buddhi is not necessary. Whereas the other savikalpa samadhi or savikalpaka samadhi, the buddhi remains separate. And he is in bliss. He enjoys Atmanandam. Whereas nirvikalpa samadhi, he is Atmanandam alone. He is consciousness alone. He is, or he or she, or that one is consciousness alone. There is no he or she. So this verse explains the nirvikalpaka samadhi. Then next verse 28, when one attains this, right, such a yogi, that is this nirvikal, the initial, this verse nirvikalpa samadhi is explained for someone who is doing meditation alone in the sense in a secluded place where he is doing meditation, and by regular or meditation on a regular basis for some time, practicing this sadhana of meditation for a long time, he attains this nirvikalpa samadhi alone. Whereas the next verse explains the sahaja samadhi. Sahaja samadhi. We'll go to the 28th verse. Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmashaha sukhena brahma samsparsham atyandam sukhamasnute. Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmashaha sukhena brahma samsparsham atyandam sukhamasnute. Sukhena, very easily, okay, without any effort. That is sukhena, the first sukhena. Sukhena, the sinless yogi, the yogi, thus submerging his self, that is his jiva bhavam, always in God, easily enjoys the Brahmanandam with oneness with Brahman, the absolute. Okay, so here we'll see. Evam, like this. Vigata kalmashaha yogi. Vigata kalmashaha means there is no karma vasana at all. There is no the notion of I at all. There is no the single, there is no the jiva bhava, right? Aham is not there. Vigata kalmashaha yogi, right? One who enjoys nirvikalpaka samadhi alone, this yogi, such yogi who had experienced nirvikalpa samadhi, right? Sada atmanam yunjan. Sada means at all times. That is, whether he is alone or whether he is in transaction along with the the world, when he is transacting with the world, when he is in Vyuthanam, it's called Vyuthanam, when you are among the people doing whatever you are doing, by Prakriti, whatever you have been doing, right? Naturally, whatever you have been, your body has been performing, right? When this transaction is going on, Sada Atmanam Yunjan Sarvatra, this one always see Atma alone. Inside out, he is alone. He sees only Atma. His body, his mind, others' body, others' mind, everything he sees as Atma only. That does not mean that he does not see the humans and animals separate, etc. No, no, that does not mean that. He sees Atma alone. Means he clearly understands that it is Atma alone. The Buddhi is not necessary there to teach him that. Earlier Niyamya, we said Niyamya means you have to teach eyes, whatever you are seeing is Brahman, right? Here, not necessary. Naturally, he knows that everything is Brahman, everything is Atma alone. So, Sada Atmanam Yunjan Sukhena, very easily. Brahma Samsparsham. Brahma Samsparsham means one who has merged with Brahman. Okay? Merged with Brahman. Brahma Samsparsham. Because of that, Atyantam Sukham Ashnute. Ananda Sukham. Ananda Sukham means his mind, or that individual's mind will be, that is the result of it. Okay? The result of it is the mind is totally undisturbed and in a Shanti which cannot reduce. Or that Sukham, the Ananda Sukham that this Jnani experiences, will not be reduced even a bit. Right? Atyantam Sukham, ultimate bliss. At all times, that happiness will be there, which will never reduce even a bit. Whatever may happen. Atyantam Sukham Ashnute. So what is required? First, Vigata Kalmashaha Yogi. There is no this notion of I. There is no karma vasana at all, right? And so for this, one has to realize himself. First, he has to know his true nature. Atma Vicharam is necessary. By looking outside, one cannot find this Atma first. So initially, we have to know the true nature by constant Vicharam. Through Atma Vicharam. Through Atma Vicharam, I realize this self in me. Right? In me. In me means in this body mind complex, I have to know this first. Once I have realized this, and without any doubt, it is confirmed that I am Atma only. This is Atma alone, which is shining as this body, mind, etc. Then, when I look outside, I see everything is that Vastu only. There is no other Vastu. There is no other thing than Atma. Right? So this alone is there, which appears as all the objects. This same Vastu, the same Vastu alone is appearing as everything else. So here what happened? There is no subject-object division. See, when we say Drik, Drishya, etc., so the subject, see, suppose I am looking at someone, I am looking at this bottle. So the bottle is an object and I am seeing this. But once this realize that what is my true nature, even this body, this sense organs, this mind, etc., is an appearance in me. When this body, this mind, and the sense organs through which this object is being seen, right? This object, who is seeing this? The Indriyas. And where? In my mind. Initially outside, and when I close my eyes, it is in my mind, right? So when I look at it, I see it here outside. When I close my eyes, I see in my mind. Whereas this mind, this sense organs, and this body, etc., is also an object to me, Atma. So this also is an appearance. So this division of this subject object is gone. So there is no seeing, there is no seer, and there is no something which is there what we are seeing. The object also is not there, or in other words, this bottle is also consciousness alone, and this body mind complex which is seeing this also is Atma alone. Like the example, perfect example is mirage water. The water that appears on a desert is desert only, right? There cannot, without a desert, you cannot see a water there. But it appears. Why the water is appearing on a desert? Nobody knows. It is its subhavam. It is the subhavam of this to appear as water over there. There is no water there. But even when the water appears, the mirage appears in a desert, is desert only. Otherwise, if you go and take the sand should be wet. But the sand is not wet. The sand is as dry as ever before. So that means there was no water. There is no water. But it appears. The same way, the object, all the objects of this world, including this body-mind complex, including this body, is an appearance in Atma. So initially, I realized this Atma in me as an understanding, as in my intellect, I understand this. And once I am 100% sure, without any doubt, through the scriptures and Guru and Anubhava, Shruti Yukti Anubhava, through this, I realized this in me first. And once I have understood this clearly, and then outside also everything is that Bhagavan only. That same Bhagavan is there everywhere. Akhanda Bodham, Akhanda consciousness. There is no Bhedam here. There is no separation that one Atma is here in this body and another Atma is here in this bottle. Another Atma is there sitting on the other side of the computer like that. No. There is only one Atma, and that is all pervading. Antar Bahischa Tat Sarvam. Everything, inside, outside, everywhere, there is only Brahman. There is nothing other than Brahman. Right? This is what some verse I was saying. Brahmaivahamidam jagatcha sakalam chinmatra vistaritam. The beautiful verse in Manisha Panchagam. Yeah. Yeah. Brahmaivahamidam jagatcha sakalam chinmatra vistaridam sarvam chaitad avidyaya trigunaya sesham maya kalpitam. Maya kalpitam. It is a projection of this mind. This world is a projection of this mind. Whereas my true nature is only consciousness. There is no thing, hard thing outside. It is only a projection. This all the objects of this world is a projection in Atma, and that Atma is Akhandam, and it is so huge, right? It is so huge. It is satisfied. It's called Brahman, right? Which expands. Even in if you go to this cosmology, you will find that they have said that dark energy, only 70% is still dark energy. The science says 70% is still dark energy. Only 30% is what is appearing as this universe or multiverses. So in Purusha Suktam, Shruti says, Pado osya vishwa bhutani tripadasya amritam divi. Tripadasya amritam divi. 3/4 is still remains as amritam, untouched. Padosya vishwa bhutani. This multiverse is only 1/4. Even science also says it's a dark energy. Still don't know what is this dark energy. Anyways, on a side note, here, Yunjan Nevam, which words we are saying? Yeah. Yeah, Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi vigatakalmashaha sukhena brahma samsparsham atyandam sukhamasnude. So initially, knowing self, and then when you look outside, you see that Atma in everything, in animals, in plants, in other humans, and the sun, moon, the galaxies, everything is all pervaded by the same Bhagavan alone. And this Bhagavan's how to visualize this Bhagavan? How to know this? It cannot be known by your five sense organs. We cannot see, we cannot, even the mind also cannot visualize this. Yato vacho nivartande apraapya manasa saha. Right? So this is so, that is why it is called Brahman. So that alone is there. This body-mind complex is an appearance in Atma, and all the objects or the whole universe is an appearance in Brahman alone, and the Brahman alone is there, and that which appears is that only. That which appears as this Jagat is Brahman only. So in front of you, what you are seeing is Brahman. In front of you, whatever we are seeing, whatever we are experiencing is Brahman alone. The mirage water is desert only. The snake that appears on a rope is rope alone. There is no two things as one is snake and one rope. No. The snake appears on a rope is rope alone. So that which appears as this, nothing to get scared of it. No need to worry about it because we know it is rope. The same way, this Jagat is Brahman alone. There is absolutely nothing to fear. There is nothing to lose or nothing to gain here. Right? So that realization of the self then leads to Atyandam Sukham Asnude. See, the earlier, I think in the 15th verse of the same chapter, what is 15th verse says? Yogi niyata manasaha yunjannevam sadatmanam. It starts the same way. Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi niyata manasaha. Here it is yogi vigata kalmashaha. Niyata manasaha. There niyata manasaha means you control the mind. Where it is a state where you have to control. The buddhi is necessary there to control the mind. Here, vigata kalmashaha. There is no karma vasana. There is no I here. There is no buddhi here. Right? Yogi vigata kalmashaha. Naturally, he has dropped off the karma vasana and he is Brahma samsparsham. He is Brahman. He or she. That one is Brahman alone. Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmashaha sukhena brahma samsparsham atyandam sukhamasnute. And also, see why we should think of this. Why there are so many verses explaining the same thing again and again and again, continues for another. This is the 6th chapter only. 18 chapters we have to go. But explaining the same thing again and again. Why? It is because it is a slow process. It is very slowly this will be revealed to us. Very slowly only. Shanai Shanai Ruparamed. Very slowly the truth will be revealed to us, and it is a step-by-step process. It is a transformation that is naturally happening to us. That is the reason why so many verses and explaining differently, and the stage also is explained clearly, right? The various stages. Yogi Vigata Kalmashaha is here. Earlier, Yogi Niyata Manasaha. So that means there is a progress is there. there is a progress. That is the reason. So we should understand this very clearly when we are reading Bhagavad Gita verses. That is why so much of repetition is there. The repetition is necessary to progress slowly towards our goal. Right? Okay, so now we'll move to the 29th verse. Sarvabhutastamatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. Beautiful verse. This verse itself is good enough for meditation. This verse itself is good enough for meditation. Sarvabhutasthamatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. Sarvatra samadarshanaha. One who sees Brahman in everything around. Sarvatra, everywhere, Samadarshanaha, seeing Brahman alone, everything, one who sees Brahman alone, Sarvatra Samadarshanaha, Yoga Yuktatma, one who has established in yoga, Samadhi, that is, this Nirvikalpa Samadhi is naturally, Sahaja Samadhi, we discussed the Sahaja Samadhi last verse, one who is seeing Brahman everywhere, and everywhere means including himself or herself. Such a yoga yuktatma, atmanam, that swaswarupam atmanam, that is the self as atma, sarvabhutastam. Sarvabhutastam means the same atma is there in everything here. All other animals, all other planets, plants, trees, birds, ant, bacteria, virus, anything you take around us, everything is Brahman alone. One who sees Brahman in everything, Atma in everything, Atmanam Sarvabhutastam, in all, one who sees Atma in everything, Sarvabhutani, Atmani, that is all that is there, right? All the objects of this world in me. All the objects of this world in me, which is moving, right? Atma doesn't move. All the prapancha ghatagam, all the objects of this world, all that is moving, not moving, everything moves in me. When I say in me, here means Atma, Brahman. So, one who realizes that this Atma which is there in me is the same Atma in everything, all the objects of this world, and one who realizes that all that is moving as this Jagat is in me, right? Ikshate Atmani Ikshateja. Ikshateja means he experiences that way. He really, Ikshate means he really feels that way. He feels that way means it has been assimilated. It is assimilated. That is what it means. Ikshate. Ikshate means totally. Pratyaksha anubhavam it is. Pratyaksha anubhavam means he does not feel separate from other. There is no other. The feeling of other is not there. Sarvabhutastamatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma. This yoga yuktatma ikshate. Yoga yuktatma means one who has this sahaja samadhi. See, this is the Siddhaprakya Lakshanam also. One who has this yoga yuktatma, this yogi who has attained this sahaja samadhi at all times, sarvatra samadarshanaha. He sees, smells, tastes, everything is Brahman only, and he realizes naturally that Everything is Brahman only, and he feels that way and he behaves that way, right? That is what is the meaning of this. Sarva bhutastamatmanam sarva bhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. And there is no doubt here. There is no doubt, and also there is no fear. Na bibeti kutaschaneti, na bibeti kadachaneti, right? Such a person is always in anandam, he is always in bliss, and he is atyandam sukhamashnute. Okay, I think we'll stop here. We'll continue from 30th verse. Beautiful verses, 29, 30, etc. There is nothing more to explain on 29. Sarva bhutastam atma. It's very clear. Sarva bhutani. A little bit Sanskrit, who knows, also can understand this. Sarva bhutastam atmanam. Sarva bhutani chatmani. Ikshate yoga yuktatma. Sarvatra samadarshanaha. I see many of the commentaries. See, earlier verses and all, the commentary, they write 1 or 2 pages, etc. But for this verse, which is so meditative, so beautiful, the commentary is only this much. I checked 2 or 3 commentaries, this much only, because there is nothing to explain. Everything is so clear, right? Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat. Brahmarpanamastu.